Dermot, we're in your shed here, and we know so you've got a hen setting.
She is. She's there about another week and a half now. She should bring out a few chickens. I had 10 eggs under her, but now there's another one came and sat with her as well. But now, so I gave her half the eggs, but she's gone right now. She might be just off for a minute, hopefully. But yeah, she's there.
And the other hen was setting as well with her.
Well, she came and kind of butted in with her.
Right.
She two of them were in that little tire for a while, so I moved one out and laid them right here. But now yeah.
One thing I've noticed on the eggs that are here, they've got a little cross on them.
Well, yes. See, some of the other hens come and lay in on top, so I've marked them to try, so I know which eggs have been setting for a while, because they're probably they're close to forming chickens now. So I mark them. I try to mark them with a cross, not always, but yeah, I put the mark on. Then when the eggs are not marked, I can take because they're fresh. So every day I'll come and I'll take I think there's two hens laying, because I keep getting 2 eggs in with the ones that are marked.
And did the old people years ago put a cross on the eggs when the hens were setting?
They often did, yeah. Now, they didn't have permanent markers then, but they often use I guess, a crayon. Of course, you got to do it pretty regularly. When they turn the eggs over underneath them, they mark. Even the permanent marker will come off on the egg, but the surface is so smooth, I suppose.
Will you show me one of the eggs there, would you? Pick up one for me. Let me see.
This one's been a bit part of it.
See it all right. And did the old people ever say the cross was for look, and I know it had a practical purpose, but did they also say it was for a religious purpose?
Well, I guess the fact that they use a cross rather than just a marker. I just put a mark on this one. I was just thinking of identifying it. But the fact that they'd use a cross, I guess you would have that in mind, the whole idea. Because they blessed almost everything years ago. Like it even, sometimes I often heard, and I do it now when I'm leaving in the evening. I put the sign of the cross on my flock. Just, just as a, especially this, like we've had, I lost the roof of this barn a few years ago. We had this big windstorm. I lost 40 feet of the roof. Just came off and blew down on the back. Managed to get it back on. But often they put the same way. I remember my father checking on a cow, going to calf, and when he leaves, he puts sign across, so just in case she calved overnight when he wasn't here. But that was pretty common years ago now. Not today so much, because not many people have. Actually, there's only one cow in Branch now, one milk cow. Yeah.
Only one cow in Branch.
That's all that's there now. And so we used to have 8 and 10 ourselves. But that was back when you couldn't go to the store and buy milk. You had your own milk, not pasteurized or anything, but it was good.
You were telling me last night that your mother or your grandmother used to churn.
Oh yes, we made a lot of fresh butter. Yeah. But now after a while, when most of us went away, there was a crowd of us, but she'd actually sell it. But we always had our own butter, and of course eventually because we had we often had 6 minced cows, so there's lots of churn to be done.
Did you ever see them blessing the butter or blessing the?
Oh yes, yeah, I see your mother out, because we had the churn and the separator set up out in the porch. We had a big shelf there, and that'd be set up, and she often, especially when she's making, because she put a bit of salt in with her butter. And I often saw her make the sign of the cross. Yeah, same as she would on bread and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
When she'd be churning?
When she'd be churning, yeah. Now, we did a lot of churn, because we'd churn, because there's lots of us around. There's 11 of us, so there's 6 boys, so there's lots of boys to help. Yeah. And so we'd do the churning most of the time. And then when that was done, she'd take the butter and finish it off, mix the salt in, a certain amount of salt. It was good butter, I must say. It was a long time since then that we couldn't get fresh butter unless you bought it in the store. Yeah. It's not quite the same when you buy it in the store, even though it's probably as good, but it doesn't seem the same. Yeah.
Tell me this as well, Dermot. One second there. When you mentioned to me last night as well that was it your mother or your grandmother used to bless the salt?
My grandmother. I remember my grandmother. Yeah, I'm not sure my mother probably did too, because she was pretty pretty common for her to put the sign of the cross on things. You know, she put it on us lots of times. If we're going out the door, she put the sign of the cross on us.
And how do you mean that? How would she bless the salt? Tell me.
Well, she just make the sign of the cross over the whatever she was blessing. Just go like that with her hand.
And the salt she was using.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and bread, or I especially remember her with the butter, because she made butter every couple of days. She'd be, you know, and she sold, after a while, she sold quite a bit of butter. She had a little place to keep the money. That was her. Because my mother never worked. She only raised 11 children. She didn't work. She was a school teacher originally, but when she married and had family, of course she never worked for pay. Put it that way.
Like so many women.
Like so many women, yeah.
Did they call it pin money here, or pen money?
No, but they had a name. I remember they used to have a name on some of the. No, I can't recall that particular term. No.
Okay. One thing as well, we were saying that at Easter time, you were telling me last night you'd
the boiled eggs. Yeah, that was our tradition. You'd boil them. Dad had saved the eggs. We'd have a fair number of hens, so we saved the eggs prior to Easter Sunday, and then we'd boil them. And the thing was to see how many you could eat. I think my brother Leonard used to have the record. He used to eat probably more than any of us. Although some people thought, because I'm probably the biggest of them, some people have said, when I tell the story, they say, well, you must have eaten most eggs. But Leonard, I can remember, was pretty good at the eggs, yeah. But we boiled, my God, with dipperfuls and dipperfuls of boiled eggs. And then you dig in, that was the thing. Because there was no chocolate, we didn't have chocolate eggs then. You know.
That was Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday, yeah.
And would you put the blessed salt on them, or on the eggs, or would you?
I can't remember the salt. I'm sure we put salt on them. Whether it was blessed or not, I don't know. But certainly some of us would put salt on. Because back then you used salt more frequently than now, because we're more conscious of, I don't know, we grew up on salt fish and all kinds of stuff. And, you know, a lot of us got a good many years out of it. But I'm not sure it was blessed so much as just simply salt.
You used the word there, a dipper.
Oh, a dipper, yeah. Well, that's what you boil them in. It was a dipper. Saucepan or dipper. We still have, yeah.
You used to call it a dipper here. Yeah.
Oh, always a dipper, yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I still have one of my mother's dippers that she one of the ones she used, not necessarily for Easter Sunday, but I still have it left in the house from when she. Oh well, yes, I should have shown you that pan that she made her butter in.
Yeah.
I still have it, still there in the house.
Yeah.
You know.
And the other one, you would have used the word a guggy for an egg.
Guggy egg, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we always say, oh yes, guggy eggs. Especially when you're younger children, it seemed like you call them guggy eggs. Yeah. When you got older, you probably wouldn't use that term. But yeah, it seemed to me I associated with children, really. But you know, we were all children at one point, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's one thing I'll end with this one, I won't keep you. In the middle of the winter, and after Christmas Day, or after the 6th of January, we used to say at home in Wexford. After the 6th of January, my mother would always say there'd be a little bit of an old, the evenings would be stretching. There was a word for it.
Oh yes, a cock step. I never really understood that till I got home doing a bit of farming and had my own hens and roosters, and you realise that, yeah. Because I mean, you do, and now you're conscious of because you're so happy to see a little bit of extra sunlight. And I think in recent years I've been almost looking forward to this cock step of a more daylight. But yeah, the cock step was common term, yeah.
You'd hear the people around here saying, oh, there's a cock step.
There's a cock step now, yes, to see a bit of, the days are getting a bit longer. Yes, there's a cock step to it. Yeah. Well, they had the expressions, I must say, which is a pretty accurate way of measuring it. I mean, it's really, yeah.
Da